Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I am putting the topic in, which it is about waxing, and the topic is why. Oh, the topic's incorrect. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna and I sent it out incorrectly. Hey y'all, just coming in. I'm trying to fix the topic. It has I think the disposable thongs are unnecessary for Brazilian wax. Oh, this doesn't even sound right. How y'all doing? Let's see if I can move this. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. I know. You know what? I'm just gonna post it even though it doesn't sound correct. Let's see. You would think I had never used an iPhone before with how that was messing up. Okay. So I'm going to pin it for those of you just joined. It sounds a little crazy because I was going to say it a different way and I wind up saying the I. So it's why it's I. But it's not supposed to be in there. It's supposed to be why I think the disposable thongs are unnecessary for Brazilian wax. And then in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I have one in. So welcome to the 3B Waxing Show, y'all that came in. I usually say you by name, but obviously I was dealing with that. But how are you doing? Let me know. Talk to me. Okay. Yesterday's live, I was so fussy. And it was all in good heart, but I was just fussing. And it was the truth of how, you run into things with the business and clients and all that stuff. And even though I'm not taking clients in the salon, I still have clients. So, it was just a fussy one. So it's not on replay. It is going to be part of a product, but it's not on replay. But hope y'all are doing good. I haven't gotten anyone saying how things are going. Is anyone, I guess, I don't know how people are doing, but at least in California, everything is kind of pretty much opening up. I haven't opened up the salon. I don't plan to until August. If you're on the email list for the salon, you know why I'm not jumping up and quick to open up the salon. I really do hope people are safe. There already have been, and I'm not trying to be negative on this post. I just want to, update, you guys to let me know how things are going where you are. But cases are rising, and I stay connected with other salon professionals, and people are getting it. So I really don't want to risk it for myself, my family, and my clients. So I'm waiting out. Hopefully, it will calm down or something will change by August. If not, and it closes up, then I do feel bad for my clients who can't get wax, but I do have the option where you can do a wax with me call. So there is options there. All right, so I got no responses from y'all saying that you're doing good, doing not good. I don't know how y'all doing, but anyways, I will welcome to the 3B Waxing Show, Taylor. I'll do my welcome intro and then we'll get into what this is. It is an option for other salon places. I don't have an option for my clients, but it is an option. I'll tell you why it's not necessary. I'm on the Florida-Georgia border and things are open with limited hours and you have to wear masks. See, that's good that you guys have to wear masks. She said good, staying in the house. Good. Because I know that in Arizona, and again, this is not to be a negative broadcast. I am just from Arizona and I have a lot of people I care about in Arizona. They just recently started making people wear masks. At least from the people I know and talk to, they were like, oh, they just are starting to make us wear masks mandatory. I'm like, y'all should have been wearing masks in March. But Again, this is not meant to be negative. So I'm going to get into my intro, and then we're going to get into these disposable underwear and why I think it's not necessary. Some places do have it though. Some Brazilian wax places, and that you can ask for it. So I'll go into why, it may make you feel more comfortable and those kind of things, but I'm going to explain why I don't have my clients use them, and why it's not completely necessary. And I'll go into more about some other services that could benefit from it. But welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. And so you remember, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Thank you for those who are joining, catching. I don't know if I'll make this a replay, but thank you for joining. I am Becca, a pro waxer and skin therapist since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and my products. I have my own product line that's been sold in the US, the UK, Canada, and the UAE. I just sent out one to Dubai. And I realized the importance of me saying all this all the time is because this has happened multiple times in the last 24 hours, but I've had, like an example, I have a longtime client. She follows my Instagram, like every post she likes, she comes in. She had no idea I had sent products out of the country. And I say it and everything and all that stuff. So it really shows me how important it is to repeat myself all the time as a business owner. But yeah, so that is the pads. They have been sold all those places. I have the acne and ingrown pads, which are really strong, and they're good for ingrowns, dark spots, exfoliating, especially before you get waxed. I don't think I show visuals of that on my Instagram, but that is really the importance of the pads, and why I started it is because it's really good for the bikini line. And if you struggle with ingrowns and dark spots, you are going to love using the pads. I also have the fruit enzyme pads that are a little more mild, but they're still a chemical exfoliant, so they're strong. They can be used as toner pads. A few of my clients like them as toner pads. They're still exfoliating, but if you need a really strong exfoliant, then you're probably going to want the acne and ingrown pads. Another thing that I do is I help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, attract clients, and improve their waxing techniques. I'm very excited because there's a lot of things that I can teach people from my experiences, but I haven't been able to organize it all for you guys. So I feel like during this pandemic, especially during this pandemic, I have been able to organize so much, and I'm going to be able to give you guys so much more information in a more timely manner. So yeah, that's what I do. I've been the regional trainer for a large waxing franchise. You probably heard it, European Wax. The lead esthetician and pro waxer at a high-end gym in Newport Beach, which is the Equinox. I try to go live. I don't want to say try to go live. I go live Wednesday through Fridays. Wednesdays are about products, so you can join the lab to know about products. Thursdays are esthetician education. We're talking about starting your own product line. And then Fridays are about waxing. So that's what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. And share this with anyone you know. Remember to share. If you know anyone who can benefit from this. Like someone said, they didn't even know it was an option. So when I was in school, because remember, I got my esthetician license when I was in high school. And so we really couldn't do Brazilian waxing because we were underage. But we could do bikini line waxing. And this is what they used to have us. At first I thought it was a mask. And I was like, I brought these people on. And it's not even going to be a thong. But they used to have us use these whenever we did bikini line waxes. And the first Brazilian wax I went to, she didn't have me put one of these on. She just had me get on there with nothing below my waist. And actually, I worked a European wax twice in my life. Once in college, and then once right before I opened up the Ruby Waxing. And they make you just get on the table naked. So this is what they look like. It's the front, and then this part usually just goes up your butt. I mean, if you have a big butt, this is like winds up being a thong. This is what it looks like. And there are salons that they'll, oh, I'm going to leave the room and put this there and then have a towel over and all that stuff. I'm just going to tell you now, when you come and see me, that's not how I operate. If that is how you feel comfortable, I'm going to explain to you. Hey, Caitlin. Hey, girl. Hey. Welcome to the 3 Wax Show. Miss you. So when you come in to get wax for a Brazilian from me, that is not what I'm going to do. I don't even leave the room. So the reason I don't is because I worked at European Wax. I worked at European Wax before I opened up 3B. And so that's what they did there. But the reason why they did it there was because it saved on time. And then also, what else did it do? So another reason that it was important to stay in the room was you didn't want clients to like get distracted and, look at the bottles and those kind of things, because that stuff happened apparently. And that's why they put it in place that you stay in the salon. Oh, thank you. She said, I love that you are using your education to educate and inspire others. Thank you. So, so that's kind of where I started. Now, when I started working at Equinox, their kind of system of how you could do things, you could do it, your type of way. But because it is a more luxurious, it's a luxurious gym in general. If you guys know, it's kind of like Lifetime Fitness. It's a high-end gym. So the environment's different. So they prefer that you leave the room leave the room and then come back in for your clients. So when I was testing or interviewing with them, I didn't leave the room, but I automatically would turn my back. So when you do come in to get wax from me, I'm not going to just like be looking at you while you're unchanging, because that's awkward, but I will turn my back. Later on, when I was working at that gym, I did leave the room just because it was that type of environment. And when I created 3B Waxing, I wanted it to be luxurious and also like quick and fast, kind of like European Wax, mixing the both. So I did take little parts of what I like to do, and one of the things is I stay in the room. It's going to save us both a lot of time. And then also, if you're changing right there and then I'm going in and out of the room, I'm opening the door for other people to see. So it winds up, hey, Brie Nicole, welcome back to the 3B Waxing Show. So I just stay in the room. And then I'll say take everything off from the waist down and then get on the table. I don't have towels that I have you use when you are waiting to get wax. My thing is, I'm going to see everything. Anyways, like if you haven't ever gotten a Brazilian wax, it gets everything. There is not a single hair down there. It's all up in the labia. You get all the wax everywhere, for those of you who are new to Brazilian waxing. So my kind of thing is, if I'm going to see it anyways, then just, let it all out. So that's another reason. Another reason I don't use these is because you have to, it actually makes me slower. So I have used these in the past. There's been times where someone was like, I don't even think it's been with 3B Waxing. It's just been when I've waxed on my own. They've been like, oh, I prefer one of these. And I tried to do it. I got it done, but it's just because when you're wearing this, you have to, so when you get waxed, you have to move things around. Like when you're waxing somebody, you're like really getting in there. If I already have to move your skin and this, it's going to take a longer time, and it may get caught on this, and then we're just dealing with a whole bunch of mess. And my goal when I'm waxing you and giving you a Brazilian is that it's fast, it's painless as possible. And it's a good experience. We're talking. I can talk to you while I'm waxing. Because, you know, you want to go to, I know it's not the best thing to go to. It's not like getting a massage or anything, but you want to go and have a good experience. Said, ouch. You know, I do make it. Hey, Reezy. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I do make it as less painful as possible, and that is one of the reasons why I educate on exfoliating all this stuff, is because it does make a difference with how your wax feels. I talk about my pads a lot, and the reason why I created them and have them for my clients is because it really does make a difference. It makes a difference in the ingrowns, it makes a difference in the dark spots, and it makes a difference when you come in to get waxed. If you're not exfoliating in between your waxes, I can tell about how the hair comes up. I know that I get a lot of people coming in when I'm usually in the salon, and they'll say, I've never heard about exfoliating, you know, improving my waxes. And I'll be like, well, try it. And then they, you know, try it at home. They'll use like a scrub, and they're like, oh my gosh, it works. And then I'm like, yeah, exactly. And then I'll say, try the pads. They're chemical exfoliants. They're really going to work. You don't have to use them as much. And they see it. So that's why I educate, so that way you come in, the hair's coming out easier, less painful, your skin is looking better. There's just a whole lot of things that I do. Also, when you come in, I do a breathing technique that breathe in and then exhale to help you. I do some other stuff that helps with it being less painful. So that's really why I don't offer this. Really why I don't go outside of the room. I can do a Brazilian in 9 minutes. I don't prefer to work at that level so much, because it really is a lot. I can do a solid Brazilian in 9 minutes. It's just not how I like to work anymore. But I still can do it fast. Your exfoliating treatments resulted in major improvements in my skin. Thank you, girl. Thanks for dropping that receipt. Kaylin's a long-term client. She's amazing. And yes, thank you for sharing that. Actually, can I screenshot that while I'm on here? I can. Okay, so yeah. Any questions? Does anyone have any questions about waxing, what it's going to be like once this is all over and I'm taking clients? I know for sure I will be doing waxing. I don't know if I will be doing facials and chemical peels, but for sure waxing, and for sure Brazilian waxing. I don't know about upper lips and that kind of thing because of the whole mask situation, but that is the deal. So if there are no questions, that's all I got for you. If you're new to waxing, new to 3B Waxing, I go live on Fridays about waxing. You can grab, if you're doing waxing at home, you can grab, I did make a checklist for you guys. You can grab for free, and it'll be free for a while, for next week or two. And then, we can book and I can teach you how to wax online. She said, I know your European Wax Center gave me the exfoliant. What are these pads you're speaking of? So the pads are what I created because, okay, so European Wax had pads when I was working there, but they didn't have lactic acid in them. And so I went through all this time of researching and, you know, whatnot. And I decided I wanted to make pads with lactic acid, salicylic, and glycolic. So the salicylic and glycolic are what they had. And then I haven't seen their serum in a while, but their old serum, because I've worked there twice, years ago, they had glycolic acid. So I put all three in my pads because I noticed that people who had ingrowns, they needed the salicylic to get the bacteria up to the skin. You know, you want to get the salicylic up. I've talked about salicylic. I made a love story about it. Her name's Sally, and Oliver's her boyfriend. He's oil and he cheats on her. It's on YouTube. And so that's why I want salicylic glycolic eats away at the dead skin cells on top. And so that helps the hair come out easier. And then the lactic acid, it helps with dark spots. So it exfoliates, but because lactic acid is from milk and sugars, derived from milk and sugars, it is moisturizing and it helps with dark spots. So like if anyone's ever dealing with dark spots and they are like getting a chemical peel or something, lactic acid is what you want. And so those are my pads. I've had pads in the beginning and then I've changed labs and improved over the years, or like 2 years. Well, I guess it'll be 3 years really soon. So yeah, they're my pads. They're actually out of stock. They go out of stock really fast. But there is a wait list. If you click the link in the bio, the 4th button, I always email that list right when I'm ready to ship out pads and get them. The reason why it takes so long to get them, they're made in small batches. That's what you really want for higher quality ingredients. They have active ingredients. And the other thing is my lab is doing a corporate audit right now. So I can't even do an order or anything. So yeah. Reezy asked, what time do I go live? It kind of depends. I do plan in the future of being really consistent with my lives. To be honest with you, it's just about getting ready and looking presentable sometimes. No. But I'm hoping for more of the evening time, midday. Sometimes I have done morning ones, but I do the lives mostly midday. So Fridays, 3 to 5 time. I try to time it when my husband gets off of work. So we're off of work at the same time. Do you wax bottoms too? Yes, I do. I do. And the one I need to get mine waxed, honestly, for when we're out of this whole thing. But I do a lot of butt waxes. So, and for those of you who don't know what is included with the Brazilian, everything in the front is included, and then just the butt strip. So if you ever want to get the full butt wax, we can do that as well. But it's just another service. So make sure if you're like, oh, I need to book a Brazilian and then I want to give a butt wax, make sure you book the 2 services, because we won't have time if you don't. So yeah, good questions. I will see you guys next week. On Fridays, I do waxing, and then on Tuesdays is when I do wax calls. If you want to do a wax call with me and I teach you how to wax yourself, or teach your boyfriend how to wax you. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.